As you'll see this morning, we were in Crossmaglen after the shooting last night, just to see the damage, although I went up last night myself to see what was going on, and the feeling I got last night brought me back to the 70s and the 80s, that eerie feeling of something is going on. This morning when we went back up and done a bit of videoing outside the police station, there was a number of bullet holes. This just shows you the type of policing and justice that the Republican movement want. Nothing but a bunch of terrorists. They haven't changed one bit. But hopefully the Chief Constable will give them the resources they need to deal with these people. Because that's all they are, scum. They jumped in and they drove away out the road like the rats they were. But thankfully nobody was hurt here. But it's only a matter of time before somebody is, unless the Chief Constable wises himself up and some of them cronies within the NAO who are trying to tell us that everything's alright. These are bullet holes, and they didn't come from a BB gun. That looks like a high velocity rifle that was used here. Now I'm no expert, maybe it's not, but it's certainly something that would kill you. And it's supposed to be there was 2 gunmen involved. What'll be next, 3, 4? Well, as you well know, there's more than 2 men involved in any operation. But this is an example. This is a police station here that they just pull up any time they take the notion and open fire on. How's that policing? Maybe in Port Royce or Newton Ards or somewhere, people may feel safe and secure, but it's not the same up here. And the sooner the people in Northern Ireland waking up to that fact, the better. People will say, well, why are they doing this? Well, I'll tell you why they're doing it. It's all about keeping the head of the police down, so that these people can operate more freely than what they have been doing. The police have been making inroads with the smugglers. They have seized a few laundering plants and have slowed the smuggling down. But there's now a new arrangement. Well, it's a new arrangement to replace the old arrangement where Slab Murphy, and I have to admit here, Slab Murphy is now not the man that is in charge. There's another generation coming on who have been taught by some of the older hawks or the older breed of mother, and they're out learning them how to carry out these shootings, carry out these bombings. But it's all about the dissidents benefiting financially. The smugglers have brought some of their laundering plants out of storage, and they have them up and going again, because the Republican movement, the new Republican movement, has said that we will deal with the police, and in return these smugglers have to pay the Republican movement the exact same way as they did for Slab Murphy. So Mr. Baggett, you have a duty of responsibility. You need to put the proper resources into South Armagh to deal with these scum, because that's all they are, is scum. They're cleaning the British taxpayer. It's costing millions, and basically what they're now doing is they're financing a terrorist organisation. We know it went on before, but now it is more organised, more structured. That's bad enough, but now you're talking about handing policing and justice over to them, to the very people who butchered our community for 35 years, whose hands are still dripping with the blood of our loved ones. And a matter of fact, my mother is unwell at the minute, and I was just looking at her when she was lying in the hospital bed, and she was right. If people like my father and that generation were back, they would kick our arses, because they wouldn't have put up with it. So why are we putting up with it? Now, I put a challenge down to Mr. Baggett, and I put a challenge down to the NAO. Why are you giving weapons to known terrorists? Known terrorists, people who have tried to butcher people within our community, and in some cases actually have carried out acts of murder. Why are you giving weapons to them? So that other parts of the Republican movement can come in and have them handed over to them. Because that's what's going on. And then you have the cheek to say that people who stood up and defended the community are not fit. Well, heaven help us if that's the way society is going. Mr. Baggett, it's time you went back to where you belong. I don't know why you got the job here in the first place, because you have no idea whatsoever when it comes to dealing with terrorists in Northern Ireland. And as far as our politicians go, with the exception of a few of them, the rest of them are only interested in the job on the hill. It is no longer about country, it's about party. And I would ask you to consider your conscience. Well, we're not going to give up. We will continue to fight for what is right. We will continue to stand against the terrorists, no matter who they befriend, no matter who they go and see in 10 Downing Street or in Washington. And I have to say, I got a call there from New Jersey, from a woman, a lovely woman, an American, whose 2 sons out in Afghan, to say that she appreciated our website and for to keep up the good work. And she understood now that she had 2 sons out in Afghan. Well, them's the type of people we can relate to, because they know what price has to be paid for to protect their country. These other scum do nothing whatsoever for to protect their community. As a matter of fact, when you look at the rapes that went on, the molesting of children that went on within the Republican movement, the cover-up that went on, it's unbelievable. The homosexual acts that went on, where instead of shooting boys, they actually buggered them. What sort of an organisation is that we now have in our government? How would God bless any country that allowed people like that into their government? Heaven forbid that that's the future of Ulster.